Geiger until after the criminal investigation is complete. Geiger is on paid administrative leave, and Chief Hall says that won't change because any investigation to determine if her status with the department could compromise the current criminal investigation into the death of Botham Jean. Fox 4's Sean Rabb has been taking a close look at the possible reasons behind the chief's decision. Sean.
And Clarice, we've heard these reasons in the Roy Oliver murder trial. It has to do with protections given to public servants from Supreme Court rulings in the 60s that say employees, public employees like police in administrative hearings and investigations have protections against saying something that might be used against them. Out of jail, on bond, and facing a manslaughter charge, Amber Geiger will, for the foreseeable future, remain a Dallas police officer on paid administrative leave. That has further frustrated protesters who've carried signs and yelled chants of "Fire Geiger."
To decide that you're going to keep this young lady employed, who is a civil servant, she's supposed to be serving us, and we saying we don't want her, and you're telling us we're stuck with her. And that, I believe, is going to cause an issue as it relates to the community and this chief.
Hall, in a Thursday statement, wrote in part, "I don't want to interfere with the ongoing criminal investigation. As an employer, DPD can compel Officer Geiger to provide a statement during a DPD administrative investigation, and those statements could potentially compromise the criminal investigation." The chief referred to what's called a Garrity warning, which protects public employees like Geiger from being compelled to give a statement in an internal administrative investigation that could somehow be used against them criminally.
But once Garrity applies to the case, it really does put a big hamper on everything.
Attorneys Miles Brissett and former Tarrant County Judge Bob Gill should know they represented former cop Roy Oliver, sentenced to 15 years for the murder of 15-year-old Jordan Edwards, and had a running objection throughout the trial that Oliver's statement to Internal Affairs, supposed to be protected under the Garrity warning, was not. The warning covers the person's statement and
goes further than that. It says that it can't be used, or they can't make any derivative use of it. That is, any information they gain from it, any thought processes, anything that aids them in their prosecution of her would be barred by the fact that she received her earlier Garrity warning.
So that calls into question whether a delay in the administrative investigation is really warranted. But with a criminal case so sensitive that Chief Hall does not want it determined on a technicality rather than facts.
It is tough, and I can see where the community wants answers right away, but at the same time, the community would be upset at the end if things were rushed.
So while Hall has opted to wait before deciding Geiger's employment status, keeping her on administrative leave, there were at least 3 times her predecessor, David Brown, fired officers without waiting for criminal investigations to complete. 2 involved police shootings, the other an excessive force case, and that was the only one, that excessive force case, where the officer got his job back. So there is precedent for firing officers, criminal investigation complete or not, and even without even bothering with that administrative investigation. Clarice?
Sean, we know that Amber Geiger moved out of Southside Flats. Do we know whether her apartment was searched before she moved out?
So no one has told us that, but we certainly believe that she has given consent. We think that would have happened the early hours of September 7th, immediately after the shooting. She gave consent for the blood draw. We believe she gave consent for her apartment and car, Clarice, to be searched.
Well, why they ain't told us?